This is where I love to butt in.
Guess you can't lose it, I can never find.
I also think that great advice gets lost if it's the wrong time.
Dialogue over drama?
Welcome to Dialogue Over Drama, episode 81. I am Danny Dialogue.
And I'm Courtney Drama.
Damn it, I did it again. I'm Dialogue Danny. You know what?
It's
one
okay.
day...
You know what? You're just double D.
Yeah, I'm double D. No, fuck off. All right, so there are some people that will notice that some of our episodes have been taken down recently. It is not our fault. It's not Allegory's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just a miscommunication. Probably an AI bot kind of scammed it. We do have permission to use the song, so we're working that problem out right now. So hopefully that'll all be worked out in the process. We were in conversations with the dudes from Allegories today, and they're going to help us try to sort this out. And if they can't, we might just come up with a new, different theme song.
You might have to write it.
I might have to write it. Yeah. So we'll figure everything out that way. So if that is an inconvenience to you, we are gratefully sorry. It's normally, as far as we know right now, it's just Spotify. But we found out all that they were removed while we were on vacation. So we're just kind of processing that stuff right now. So you went back to work today.
Oh, gosh. Why is it that, like, the first day back, and I don't know if this is for everybody, because, like, some people have jobs where you just pick up and go and, like, your work's just there and you do it. Like, I'm almost kind of thinking of your job. Like,
100%.
It's not like you go to work and they're like, hey, Dan, we left all this stuff for you. It's like, well, maybe they do that for some things, but there's, you just pick up and you serve. You bartend, you do what you do. Where me, it's like, my work waits for me until I come back. And sometimes it grows. Right. So first day back's always challenging. I'm pretty good. I'll block most of my day just for catch up. But yes, it was, you know what though? Not as bad as I thought. And I think because last night I knew I didn't have to bring a lunch. Right. Because lunch was covered at work today. I already picked out what I was going to wear. So one other issue I didn't have to think about. And I got up, I don't know, I think I went to bed at a reasonable time, and I got up and I'm still able to shower and blow dry my hair and get ready. And I did my lashes and my nails yesterday. Right. Not that that's a requirement of my job, but it makes me feel put together. Yep. So,
and after a week of camping where it's like actually,
oh my gosh, which I do want to believe that not blow drying my hair, applying any heat, and also lake water, very clean lake water, my hair is like extra soft. Mm-hmm. Like today, I know I blow dried and like put heat back on it, but I just, my hair felt cleaner. Like it felt good.
Well, it's also a different type of water than we have too, right? Like you're actually washing your hair with lake water, like when up at the, because it was lake fed, like their water.
I don't know. Maybe I put like some good bacteria microbiomes or whatever back in my hair. I don't know.
Here's hoping.
No, I don't know. But yeah, I think like, and even another thing I noticed, even in the city here, or working in an office with whatever air quality I have, or also the city air, even if I don't wear makeup here, my skin by midday is so oily. Right. Like I feel like my skin works overtime. When we were up there and I wore no makeup other than bug spray and sunscreen, and I'm in the sun and I'm in the lake, whatever, but like I'm also just like out and about in the country air, I didn't feel greasy. I didn't feel oily. My skin, like my nails, everything felt good.
Well, it could also be in the fact that you were in water for at least 2-3 hours every day, as opposed to not being in water when you're working.
I guess. I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. I feel like coming back into the city air, I'm like, I'm polluted.
It is a world of difference being up north.
I felt like I breathed better. I slept better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, also having a king size bed versus our queen,
which I fucking hated. Like because I sleep.
Why did you feel so far away from me?
No, it's just I will constantly I used the same amount of space that I did when
I know, it was great.
Like I still do that,
so in our queen, Dan gets 10% and I get 90%. And then for a week in a cottage that had a king, Dan still took up 10%.
Probably 5%.
5%. I get that point for how big it was, and I took up 95%. But it was so nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Just to roll over and have all that space to kick out. Yeah. It was great.
I didn't.
But no, aside from that, it was fine. I adjusted. I thought today was going to be like crazy sluggish. Also, I went a week without any ADHD medication because I wanted to be able to drink and enjoy myself. And then going back to work, first day, took my medication first thing in the morning, which I think really helped.
Perfect.
Boost my focus.
The one little thing that also happened that we haven't talked about was I played that show with that new band I'm in.
Oh, the
just
night
before we left.
Yeah, that was fan-freaking-tastic.
So that couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah.
I had about twice the amount of people come out that I thought were going to come out. We were almost a sold-out show. Like, everybody that was there thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a friend of mine, all of his original music. So there was a lot of great compliments. Like, I had one person say, you know, look, it's very rare I see an original band where I like every song. So it was great. And being away, I just kept hearing really positive things about it. So it's one of those, okay, I'm doing this again. Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and it was a good way to start your vacation, like on that high of like, okay, I feel good about myself. Everything's good.
I would never book a show before I'm about to go away again.
Yeah, I know. But now coming back and knowing that that was such a success and you guys have more band practices and like possibly other shows lined up, I think it's like a great chapter for you to enter into.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, we're almost into the fall. We got about 3 weeks left of summer.
Oh my God, I can't wait till summer's over.
You need to stop living for the fall. You need to embrace what's left of summer at least.
Fall girly.
I know. But anyways, so we're going to talk about our little vacation thing coming up. So want to change the channel? All right.
Can't lose it, I can never find.
All right, so we are back from at the cottage. So I want to catch what you enjoyed about the week. Like, what was your favorite thing about this week that we just went up to Minden and spent a week there with my mom and one of her friends. So what was your favorite part about going away? Because we'll get into the whole, like, what you were fearing before.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the thing that I was fearing ended up being my most enjoyable, which was the lake.
Right.
I think I really enjoyed the lake. It was clean. It was icky. I say I enjoyed the lake, but coming from you, you were like, holy shit, like, it's just stand up. It's sand.
Yep.
There was still a lot of gunky stuff down there, and there was, like, freshwater mussels or clams. I don't know what was going on. There was little itty-bitty fishies, and there was dock spiders. But for the most part, how I was able to enter and exit said lake off the dock, I was happy.
Right.
Once I was out floating, tied myself off and just chilled out in the sun. People noticed I got a bit of a tan.
Nice.
It was a little bit darker.
That's funny.
Yep. I like showed one girl at work. I was like, look at my tan line. She's like, oh my God, you got sun. And I was like, yeah. So that was my favorite part.
So about the dock spider thing, it was funny. Courtney had her boat, her little floaty thing tied up, and then I went to untie it for her. And when I went to grab it, there was a dock spider sitting on it. So a dock spider climbed up my arm and then jumped into the water and whatever. And I was like, oh, that was a dock spider. And she's like, what? Are you kidding me? And then you're like, you asked me how big dock spiders were. And I lied to you. I made a space that was half the size.
You exaggerated. I think you made it bigger than what it was.
No, because you saw the one. Yeah.
Well, anyways.
You saw them. Like, they're bigger than a toonie.
Yeah.
And I made it the shape of a toonie as the size.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, there's no way they're that big. And then Mom was like, no, they're like this big. And then finally you saw one in real life.
Yeah, they are that big.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're really big and scary.
They're not so scary. They're just big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was all good. Everything was good.
Yeah, the lake was my favorite part. What was your favorite part?
Just being up north. Mm-hmm. Honestly, just being up north. Just the fresh air, the oxygen, the quasi-relaxing. I had enough stuff to do around because I cooked all week and everything that I wasn't going insane by not doing something.
Because you and I both have a hard time relaxing in different ways. Like, you have a hard time sitting still. Like, you feel like you have to be moving or doing something or whatever. But for me, my relaxing is not so much the fidgetiness of it. It's like just the mind relaxing I struggle with. So yeah, no. And I really enjoyed, like, honestly, the amount of wildlife. I've never seen a loon.
Right.
All the ducks, I've seen ducks, but all the ducks floating so confidently around people in the lake was kind of cute. And our chipmunk friend.
Yep, absolutely.
And then I got, like, a really good up-close video of a hummingbird. And I saw a frog.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know. I was just one with nature.
One with nature. We didn't see any deer or any bear, which was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a bear, but even at the dumps, all the dumps are all regulated now, and you can't go in after dark and everything, so it's kind of sucky that way. But overall, it was great to get away. Like, that's the big thing. It was good. We didn't get a much chance for the two of us to go away. One day, Mom had a friend come up for the day, and we kind of took that as an opportunity to be like, let's go get some snacky food for dessert.
Yeah, and we hit like a local brewery as well.
Yeah.
Well, we hit 2 while we were out there, but we were able to sneak away to go to 1 because, that was the only downside is like we didn't really get much time, just the 2 of us. I will say in future, with any road trip I do, like where I'm the sole driver, 4 hours is my max.
Yeah. Oh,
like unless
absolutely.
I'm sharing the drive and someone else is going to do the other half of it. But like, and I know I've done Ottawa before, and like that's 6 hours, but like that's exhausting.
Yeah. Oh,
but
absolutely.
I think like for me to still enjoy the rest of the day, because people always say like when you travel, I mean mainly by plane, but they always say like your first travel day is like a waste of a day
100%.
because then you're depending on when you land and when you check in, and you waste it. So I think for getting up early in the morning and driving 4 hours still allows me to be like not as tired to enjoy that day and have it count as a vacation
Right. Oh,
day,
absolutely.
you know? So yeah, I think 4 hours was my max, but that drive was like also, the drive was just boring.
Whoa, it's half of it's boring.
Yeah. I mean, you go through some towns and stuff, but when you're on like one of the main highways, you just stare at that.
Like
the
when you
whole
get on
time.
the 407, it's just road, concrete.
Which it'll be
That's
interesting
it.
to see how much that bill's going to be, but worth it.
So when I was talking to Mom today, because we were saying like we should do something next year, and Mom was like, "Well, no, you know what I was thinking about it. We definitely have to go up north because I want like trees and nature and everything." And I was like, "Okay," because we suggested doing like Lake Erie, which is like a 2-hour drive away. And Mom's like, "I just don't like Lake Erie. You know, it's not like nature." And I said to her, "I'm like, you do know that like not all of Lake Erie is Long Point." Because I think her brain is like everything
Lake
is
Erie
just
is like Port Dover.
sand dunes and everything.
Yeah.
Like you can go more.
You can
east.
go like, you can go like Grand Bend. Well, you can go
No, that's
east. Sorry.
totally,
Yeah. No, you're right.
Grand Bend's completely north.
Yeah. No, never mind. I guess, you can go down down by Port Colborne, which is what you and I looked at once. Like
Port
now.
Colborne's Lake Ontario.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, Port Colborne's facing like.
I'm thinking Fort Duluth.
Think of where like that big popular cottage trailer is, Shirkston.
Oh yeah,
That's like Port Colborne way-ish.
Right.
That's pointing towards like Lake Erie. But like down there like is beautiful. Like,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like even like up near like St. Williams, like up like going, even if you go like Port Rowan area. So that's what I was trying to explain to her. I'm like, all you're thinking of when you think of going to Lake Erie is sand dunes, and I'm like, that's not what Lake Erie all is. So I hope I can convince her to do that, because I'm like, doing the 4 hours to get away.
But the thing with your mom is it would be not just convincing of like, okay, like the cottage, but it would be like showing her what lake it's off of, showing her pictures, like getting her to understand that like the lake is clean, like this is the cottage, this is how you access. That was the other thing. So like the downside with the cottage was the accessibility to get to the lake. It said it was on the lake.
Yep.
It was more like above the lake. Yes, right by the lake. You literally had to walk down a lot of rocks and stairs.
Yeah.
Which, like, you and I had no problem going up and down, but I think it still was a bit of a trek. Especially, I found, if you had a few drinks.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm, like, down floating in the water. I've had, I don't know how many vodka sodas, and all of a sudden, I now have to climb back up to get to the cottage. I was like,
Yeah.
It was hard. My knees took a beating.
So one of the things that was very frustrating about going away is my mom's the kind of person where she just wants to help. She always wants to, okay, let me do this for you. Let me do this for you. And both of us are so independent that, like, I know when you're doing something, I just get out of your way. I let you do it because you have a way you're going to do it. I am the same way. Mom, every time I turned around, I felt like I was about to step on her.
I know. There was one point where she's like, am I making you nervous? And I was like, yes. And then I used the phrase, as they say, like, sometimes there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, literally. Like, it was obviously a bigger kitchen than what we have here in our place. But sometimes it's like, it's just easier. One person job, right? Like, I also, like, we were only cooking for 4 people.
Right.
Sure, if we were making a feast for like 10 people, I'd be like, hey, you're peeling this. You're chopping this.
If we were making a feast while at a cottage, I would just be pissed. I'd be like, this is stupid.
I know, right? But that's what I mean. Like, I think when you needed a lot of prep, but for all of the things that we already pre-prepped and had to cook, it got to the point where she'd ask for help, and I'd say, help with what, though?
Yeah.
Like, there's literally nothing. I'm reheating already cooked pulled pork. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot going on here. So, yeah.
And it's always weird spending a week with your mom when you haven't spent more than 3 days with your mom in a long time.
Right, because it's like you moved out how many years ago? So it gives you that sense of, like, living with her again.
It was funny. It was all good, though. Like, it was fine. Like, it was shitty.
We got to work on that bedtime, though. My goodness.
Yeah.
She goes to bed way, way, way too early.
8 o'clock.
I think one night she pushed it to, like, 9:30.
Which is insane. Yeah, it was a good getaway. I
enjoyed it.
It was really fun to get away. It was your first time seeing me kind of out in cottage country. Which...
I've never seen you start a fire. I've never seen you start a barbecue. Yeah, I think just overall, you were just, I don't know. You were like my outdoorsy man for the week. It was kind of hot.
Even when I got there, just like I was like, okay, I'm gonna trek down into all this wilderness and get the lay of the land.
Yeah, I kept calling you my country boy.
You're nervous about like going into the lake, and I'm like, fuck, a piece of garbage fell in, and I like go walking through
Oh my god, yeah.
And I know there's no way.
No, I couldn't do it. No.
I know you're the one that knocked it in, and you're like, I'll get it in a second. And I'm like, every second you don't jump in and grab it, it's going to go another 5 feet.
And I couldn't just jump in and go get it, so it's on you.
But you kept saying, I'll get it.
I'll get it eventually. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't have. It would have gone around the end, the bag.
It would have washed up onto the rock somewhere.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know.
I almost threw you in when you were like, I'll get it in a second. I'm like, it is now 20 feet away from the dock. Mm-hmm. You're having trouble going in 2 feet.
I really did. I did.
So overall, no, it was really good. I'm not really excited about going back to work, but it was kind of weird for me to have a vacation where it was like a week off where nothing was really required of me other than the things I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So that was very nice to like have time.
And we didn't like, we bickered like we normally do. It was, to me, our quote unquote arguments were no different than they would be here.
No.
I mean, like, other than the whole, like, in the beginning, I think it was hard to kind of, like, gauge you because, and I guess I was kind of the same way in my own sense, is like, I don't know, you're out of your element for a bit. So the first couple of days, you're kind of, like, on edge and you don't really know how to relax. And, like, even when I went away to Dominican back in January, like, the first couple of days, everyone's like, why can't you just relax? I'm like, I don't know how. What do you mean? Like, I felt so out of my element, and I think you were the same way. So we both were kind of, like, again, getting a lay of the land and figuring it out. And our routine was so different. So even though we're supposed to relax and enjoy, oh my God, enjoy each other's time, we kind of, I think, had some heated bickers, but nothing crazy.
It was really funny. There was one time where my mom was just not feeling good. And when my mom's not feeling good, she kind of like gets down and just becomes like kind of a kind of person. She's always been this way. And just kind of, it's her thinking about and processing what's going on. And there was one night where I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I need to cheer her up. And I performed a little magic trick. I like put on music that I knew she loved. And all of a sudden, like, you and the person we were with just look at me like, what just happened?
Yeah, her mood perked right up.
And then I stood up and took a bow.
Definitely, I think when you go on any trip, you know, destination, vacation, or, you know, even just an Airbnb, even a hotel. But for more than just like, I'd say 3 days. 3 days is probably like the minimum. That's when it's like, it really matters who you travel with.
100%.
Or at least just understanding that, like, and it's kind of weird because it's like my controlling brain wants to be like, okay, guys, can we define the expectation of this trip?
Right. Because
my brain would love to say the expectation is, I'm unmedicated and get overstimulated, and my way of relaxing and regulating is sometimes shutting down. It does not mean I'm in a bad mood. I'm just shutting down. And that could be through, I read a book, I went down to the dock by myself with coffee, and I know you were teasing me the one day, like, oh, Miss Antisocial, which is totally just like a normal thing for you to say to me, but I think that's the one thing is like, even if you know someone really well or you don't, going like long term on a trip, it's hard to navigate that. And I think maybe because I overthink things, there were parts of the trip where I thought, they think I'm mad at them for separating myself from this room.
Right.
And that's not always the case. Like, and thankfully it's like if they ever asked you like, oh, what's wrong with Courtney? It's like, oh, she's just relaxing. This is how she, like, and that's all fine. It all gets sorted. Like, no one's ever mad at each other. But it's just because, again, of how I control things. and I hate assuming what people think, or I'm worried about what people think. I would love to have like this like disclaimer of like expectation for the weekend. 3 days solo, 3 days together, and one, you know what I mean? Like,
it's so you
I know,
wanting to
it's
control everything.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I did my spreadsheet for all that.
There was a weird thing that kept happening where, so it was me and the three of you, the three girls, and there were points where I know that Mom and her friend would look at me like, was that an asshole thing to do? And it would be in situations where the three were being courteous to each other. Like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And like I'm talking about the one restaurant we went to. Mm-hmm. So then there's times where I was just like, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And just kind of took control of the situation instead of standing for 20 minutes trying to figure out what's next. And I'm not like, you know me, so you know I'm the kind of person that like, I'm only doing that to solve a problem.
It would be so easy for me too, because I am controlling and love to just dictate like, this is what we're doing, but because it's someone that, you know, covered the cost of the trip and someone who invited us out, wanted this to happen, and then it was also like a sensitive time and also like a celebration of a retirement and a birthday. Like it was just, I think, a lot. So of course me, I'm nice, and I'll be like, well, I'm easygoing. What would you like to do? Well, the second I am now faced with two people that are also like, doesn't matter. What do you want to do? I'm like, uh-oh. Now we're in this loop because I don't care. Now you don't care. No decisions are being made.
And you know what?
But I know. So it helped that you kind of chimed in, put your foot down, and you're like, no, this is what we're doing. And you did it on several occasions for either like meals or for the restaurant we went to, or the activities that we were going to do, when we were going to have a fire. Like, you were very much like the event coordinator of the trip.
It was interesting that everyone wanted someone to make a decision, then the person that made the decision was looked at like they were trying to control things. And I'm like, you told me to control things.
Yeah, no. And I think I could have definitely been a little bit more stern and like pushy if I didn't have you around, because I would have very quickly gotten sick of the like, well, I don't know, what do you feel like? I would have been like, no, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it would have very much matched my energy, where it would have been like, no, we're having alone time right now, and we're going to all read independently.
Yeah.
And then when my energy and my social battery recharges, I'd be like, no, we're all going down to the water. It's what we're doing. I would have done the same, but I allowed you to kind of take reins because also she's your mother, not mine. So I have lines I don't cross.
Oh, 100%. Like, it was that was a weird point, because like I am a male. And I know that my mom comes from a weird thing when it comes to like her relationships in the past, where like I don't want to trigger something that is like, I'm controlling you all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, that's because we spent the week together. I didn't want them to get the gauge of us that I'm just like, this is what we do all the time. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm normally the submissive one all the time until I have to be the dominant one.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that was a weird kind of go at it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what? Overall, it was great.
No,
I enjoyed myself.
It was a wonderful time.
I would totally do it again. I'm very happy that it didn't feel like a stressful or wasted trip. I'm glad that you and I got along. I'm glad that you and I connected. I don't think in that week, though, you and I have ever whispered as much as we did.
Oh, I know.
Because, like, the walls were paper. The walls weren't even fully connected in some areas, where, like, our room to the bathroom to your mom's room, the wall that was dividing in between, it was, like, at the top a slight opening, because the front of the cottage had, like, these big glass pane windows up high. So it's, like, the wood couldn't go through the glass, obviously. So there was this like very small open partition, but that created a lot of room for noise. We could hear everything. So then obviously you and I were wanting to have conversations and just debrief, but like the whole night we were just like whispering.
Yeah.
And it felt so weird to lay next to you and do that, because any other night when we lay in bed, we just bicker and fart and, you know, wrestle and
there was
giggle.
A couple times where we were like, I didn't even think that we were coming across like we were arguing, because we weren't arguing. We were just bugging and teasing each other, and my mom was like, you two stop it.
Well,
and
because I think there was a lot of like my response as well. So I think you would come across really stern about something, like the whole rag falling, like the towel falling into the lake, and you being like, well, go get it. And I was like, I will in a bit. I'm just not going to like jump in. Like, I'll float my way over. And then you were like, well, it's going to be gone by then. You're going to have to go around the dock. And I was like, okay, like I can also wait for it to wash up to shore. No, it can't. And like you were bickering at me in those moments. And then I just snapped back. I just like match your level. And I'm like, relax then. If it's that big of a deal, go get it. And like, I'll speak up like that. Or there was like another time where we were like, I don't know, making dinner, or we were trying to like have a fire, and it'll just be like you say something and I just so naturally respond with the attitude that I always have. So it's no different on my part.
Right.
Forgetting that we're in the eyes of other people. And so to them, I think they're like, you two, stop fighting. And I'm like, oh, you think this is fighting?
Yeah, this isn't
fighting. Oh, this is like everyday conversation between us. Like, so I thought that was kind of funny. And I'm like, do people think we're arguing? But
and like even with the rag thing and like the water, like my mindset was Courtney's really anxious about going to get it, but you kept saying you're going to go get it, and I'm like, you're not going to get it. Like that was like, and I knew that. So like my main thought was I just want to go to angry rationability and just have you say, okay, you go get it.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I'm sorry. You go get it.
Yeah.
Which I ended up doing. But, like, I can't scream that at you because both of them are going to think that's insane, even though, you know, sometimes you need that reality check when your anxiety is overtaking what you're doing, because your anxiety is just going to make you say anything to stop the anxiety about going to get
And again, because I'm always so worried about how people perceive us, my other thought as to why I think I threw a lot of attitude back at you, which, like, sure, in our normal world, that's just how we talk to each other. But there was a level of, like, even just again in our real world, aside from people watching or listening, when we have a conversation that you get really heated about, where like even if I'm in the wrong and I want to go to sadness because like I'm either trying to process why you're upset or I genuinely feel bad that I've made you upset, I didn't want them to see that submissive kind of side, because I thought it would make it worse that they're like, oh, you let him talk to you like that.
Right.
Where I was like, I know this isn't really going to be that big of a fight. Yeah, even though I said I would go in, that's probably why he's mad, because I said I'd go get it. And rather just owning it and being like, oh, I said I'd go get it, but I need you to get it, I thought, I'm just going to throw the attitude right back so they think we're just equals. Right. And this is just normal. Which, again, I pick and choose my battles. Sometimes it is normal.
In retrospect, it almost got you thrown off the dock.
Yeah. So...
Anyways,
I would camp with you again.
I'm excited. I actually do want to go away.
Or sorry, I would cottage with you again. Fuck camping.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't camp with you. God, I wouldn't camp with you. And after cottaging with you, no way I'm camping with you. All right. So yeah, that was fun.
We survived.
It was a good time. So we'll be back to our regular programming next week. All right. Well, I hope August is treating everyone well. All right. Cheers. Love you.
Love you.
You've just listened to and finished Canada's own podcast Dialogue Over Drama. The amazing music we use in this episode is provided by Allegories with their song Pray, and Jesse James and the Medicine Show, I Think I Just Lost My Mind.
Nice!